Hello, everybody, and we have another installment of Behind the Jersey. I'm Galen Parker. I sit down with athletes over here and talk to them about who they are personally, not necessarily so much deep into the stats or what they do on the court or on the field or on the mat or anyplace else. I want to get to know them in person because I think that's a better presentation and representation for you to get to know them as well. So that way, whenever you show up to the gym, Scott Gymnasium, or out here at the BAC, then you'll know who you're talking to and who you're looking at whenever they get out on the field and show you what they can do. I'm currently here with Hettinger resident or native Samantha Oase, and she is a basketball player here at the university. And you guys have had a pretty decent season this year. How did you feel about the way everything ended up? It's just recently wrapped up. What did you think?
Yep, it's kind of crazy with it already ending so soon, but you know, I think we definitely made some progress throughout the season. We definitely had our highs and our lows like we do with every season, but I think we had a lot of fun and we grouped a lot together, and just ending with the seniors that we did, I think we had a lot of fun. So
Coach Larson seems to be a very good players coach. Has he meant
Coach
a lot
Nelson.
to you?
Yep.
Yeah, Coach
Yep.
Nelson.
No,
Sorry,
yep,
Coach
no,
Nelson.
you're good.
What has he been like for you as a coach?
He's been amazing. You know, Nelson is such a great guy outside of basketball, and then he knows so much about basketball too. I think throughout the 3 years that I've been here at Dickinson State, it has just been elevated who I am as a person, and then obviously throughout basketball as well. I just thought that our team bonding too throughout the season, like he definitely knows and understands the weird personalities on our team and uses that to our advantage in how we play and how we bond with each other, which then correlates to our on-game.
Right, I would agree with that.
Yep.
And it seemed like there was a lot of enthusiasm surrounding the program between the men being able to make it to the NAIA tournament for the first time in a very long time, 21 years if I remember correctly. And that seemed to feed some of the enthusiasm for you all. Did you see a little bit of that bleed over?
Oh, definitely. I think the support that we have here in Dickinson for the basketball community and just throughout all the sports here on DSU, I think has just been amazing. And I think with the excitement of all the games and the publicity and the marketing and just all of that has just really built into just that program, especially playing at home. You have that whole atmosphere, you know, you have more energy, it seems like, and it's just, you play for something, you know, you want to play to protect your home court. So I think that has played a big part into a lot of even like our home wins and whatnot. So
I see the same things. And because you come from Hettinger and you're familiar with the local area, was this a destination? Was this where you wanted to come as far as going to university? Or
yeah, so I actually was not originally going to come here. So my first year I went to Black Hills State University in Spearfish, and then after my freshman year I had a visit with Nelson as I was recruiting, and I talked to Nelson about transferring here, and then had a visit on the campus, and you know, I just really loved the community of Dickinson. It was actually funny because I live an hour south of here in Reeder, so I live in Reeder, went to high school in Scranton, and then we co-opted with Hettinger. So yeah, it was just, no, you're good. It was just that whole, that 3 town communities has just really been nice, because a lot of those people have been able to come to my games and support me up here and kind of follow me throughout my college basketball career and then out through here. But no, originally I told myself, no, I'm not going to go close to home. I want to go a little bit far away, but it has been the best decision I've made, was coming back here and coming home and playing for DSU and just representing the Blue Hawk, and definitely just being closer to my family, and then having all the people in the surrounding area who have watched me play basketball throughout high school also be able to come up here and kind of see our team and follow us and support us that way.
Right.
So
It's kind of funny because before basketball season started, I get the hoopster that comes in, and so we're doing our preseason spectacular, and so I'm going through the digital files and just turning the pages, and it has all the records and things like that, and I'm seeing O's down the page, and so I finally just hit a point where I went up to the little search bar and I just typed in OASE, and then and there was like 75 things that were up there. So I said, well, she is pretty doggone good there. Or certainly was in high school and are in college. Being so close to home, what kind of things are you able to do? Do you go back home very much, or do they come up here to visit you, your parents?
My family likes to come up here a lot to visit me, and especially see us during the games, because a lot of times they're busy working, and with my schedule it kind of takes, I don't have a whole lot of time to go back home, even though I do every once in a while go back home. It's nice to just go down there for the day, or you know, see the parents, because I really am a family oriented person. So I think that has been a really good benefit of being so close.
And what
to
are your
home.
parents' names?
Sarah and Jeff Oase.
Okay.
Yep.
And do you have any siblings?
I do. So I have 2 brothers and then a younger sister too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So my 2 older brothers, one lives in Killdeer, the other one lives in Bowman, the surrounding area. But I have 2 nephews that would always come to my games too.
Okay.
So that was been kind of fun having them.
Are they
just
planning to
be
follow you
support.
here? Are they going to try to come on over here and then go to school?
We're
The
gonna
younger
try.
ones?
They're young right now. They're
They're young,
underage,
okay.
but they're under 2 years of age. But I'm
Gonna
gonna
take some
try and
scouting.
make them. Yeah, we're gonna try. So,
While you've been here, what is it you've been studying?
elementary education.
Oh, very cool.
Yep. So I want to go into teaching. Yep.
And you're a junior?
I'm a senior
You're a
this
senior
year,
this
actually.
year. Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
so I'm
okay.
done with my
You're
season
done.
now, and just really
can't stretch
focusing
that
on
eligibility
school.
for one more
Not
year?
any. I know. I didn't get the COVID year, and I didn't do red shirt or medical. I just played all 4 years. So.
You got robbed.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I wish I could have played another year, but.
So have you looked around town? Are you wanting to stay here in Dickinson, or are you thinking about going back home or going to another community?
That's what I've been trying to see my options right now. So I actually student teach next fall, so then I graduate in December. And then
Okay.
after that, I think I'm going to decide on what I want to do, whether I continue to get my master's in a program or stay here, get my master's and be a graduate assistant for the
Okay.
team, or wherever I want to go to. I think with teaching, a lot of the opportunities, you can go to a lot of places and then teach too. So.
Or you want to stay in this region of the country, one way or the other?
I think so, but I'm not completely sure yet. I
Okay.
think I
Well,
can go anywhere.
keep your options
Yep,
open. Keep
yep.
the doors open as well. What has been, over the course of the time that you've been here for those 3 years, your favorite thing to do in town? What is
Wow.
the nighttime pursuit or the daytime pursuit, weekend pursuit, that kind of thing?
I definitely think just the football games and just attending all the sporting events has been my favorite thing to do because I like staying involved in sports and I really enjoy watching the sports. I also like going to the rec center and then, going lift there, be
Right.
with the friends, be with the team. The bowling alley has been fun
There you
at
go.
the Paragon. So, yeah.
Okay, so you've been able to keep yourself busy with outside pursuits as well as the school pursuits, and you referenced the
Definitely.
football games. And I've talked with a few of the athletes so far since we've been doing these little presentations. And it seems like you all are such a tight-knit community. You guys are really close
Yes.
to each other, aren't you?
Yes.
No matter what sport you play.
Yeah, and that's what I think is so good about Dickinson is that it's such a small, like the class sizes are small. You get to know all the people in your class, whether it's baseball, softball, rodeo, volleyball, everything, and track, and you just get to talk to the other athletes, and then you go up to their events and then support them, and I just think that makes us more like a tight community feeling, and then you have the support from all the teams, and even if you saw the men's basketball game, the championship game, like all that whole section was the student section, everyone was there supporting, so it's just been so fun having that support from everyone. So
I would think, too, that it's very inspiring to be able to watch other people in their disciplines and see how they improve, huh?
Oh yeah, definitely. You can, especially I haven't been here all 4 years, but I've been here the 3
Right,
years,
3
and it's
years,
just
right.
kind of fun seeing how everyone has done throughout the years and then support each group. So, yeah.
Okay. Whenever you do leave, what are you going to miss the most?
Oh, that's a hard question. I think I'm definitely going to miss just the relationships I built here. Like even now being 2 weeks out of postseason, I just miss being with the team and just making those memories with the team and just having those small moments that you do every day just with them. And I think I'm going to miss that the most is just building those relationships, seeing them every day, because you go from seeing them to sometimes like 4 or 5 hours a day every day,
Sure.
and then like weekend trips, and then all of that. You just have to do your own thing after that. So I think I'm definitely going to miss the relationships built off of that. And then even my professors and my classmates, I think I'm going to miss the most.
Yeah,
So.
I would think once you reach the 6-month window, the 3-month window before you graduate and officially, walk and receive your diploma, wearing the cap and all that kind of thing, there'd be a tiny bit of not fear because you've already been through it for 4 years.
Yep.
But there would be that level of, I guess, anticipation, knowing that you're not going to be a Blue Hawk anymore as a
Yep.
student, but you'll always remain a Blue Hawk in your personal life. I would think that would be the special part of that, where
Yes.
you're taking one step out the door, but you always will have a
Always
foot
have
here.
that. Yeah, and that's kind of what I've trying to been deciding too on whether I continue to stay here for another 2 years to be a graduate assistant or what I want to do. So that's what. Got to make some decisions based on that part.
Yeah,
but
well, does
I'm
that
glad.
help your decision though? Because you've had so much fun here.
Oh, yeah,
to where
definitely.
even if you decided to stay here, you wouldn't feel like you're not growing or not advancing. You're actually
Exactly.
maintaining that level of cohesion, yeah?
Yeah, and I think with everything too, like each year I feel like I continue to grow as a person, as a leader, just in the community, whether it's with basketball or outside events. Like I'm a part of our Student Education Association club, and just being able to talk with the schools in the community that way, and just doing other things like church. And I think Dickinson's a really good community to stay involved and be involved, and you can be involved in so many things. Like I know so many of our student athletes are involved in so many other clubs too that they do, and it's just crazy how many things you can be involved in to grow as a person and then leader here. So.
Yeah. I've always been impressed by all the activities that we have through the newspaper. I've seen so many DSU athletes participating in them. I've referenced the Women's Expo where the wrestlers always make sure to come over to break everything down. I've seen the athletes participating in other endeavors that are outside things that they don't even have to do at this school. They just want to be a part of the action in the first place. It's pretty impressive. So what kind of grades do you get? I'm kind of curious. Is that been an important part of your education here?
Grades?
Yep.
Yes, definitely. So I try to be a 4.0 student.
Okay.
So I think I've gotten 1B so far throughout college. But yeah, I try and be pretty important on that and stay ahead of that. But yeah, our professors are really good
that would
with
help
that.
your post-graduation track too, wouldn't it? Where they want you part of their program.
Yep, with masters and everything. So I really try and tone in on that too. I try and have good grades. So yeah.
So in the future, is there a goal that you've set for yourself, 5 years down the road or 10 years down the road, or are you just taking things day by day?
Right now, I'm trying to take things day by day because I'm trying to decide exactly what I want for my future, and just trying to see the different opportunities that I have, and just ultimately, I really just want to impact, especially being a teacher, I just really want to impact other people's lives in a positive way. That's always just been my goal, and whether that be coaching somewhere down the road, or teaching, or doing whatever it is to be that I can help improve other people, and just also share that love of learning, and then also basketball too. So yeah.
One of the things that I've noticed in coaches here is, let's say you work for a school here and you're working for an elementary school. It's not as though you can't be a basketball coach on your own time, right? You can split duties.
Yes, definitely.
And participate that way, right?
Yep, definitely. Because there's a lot of teachers that then coach on the side and then do everything, not on the side, but they also coach on top of teaching. So that would be definitely an opportunity that I could do and pursue. So. And
in school, you were a multi-sport athlete, as I recall.
Yep.
What sports did you play back then?
So I did volleyball, and then I did track from junior high until my freshman year. I stopped because of my knees after that. But other than that, I played volleyball and then basketball. So I really do miss volleyball sometimes.
I was going to say,
yeah.
I imagine you miss volleyball quite a bit.
Yes.
Did they ever try to drag you on the court over here? Did they ever try to do it?
No, not that I know of anyway.
I'd be curious if they did. Because let's see, Ava Yonner is playing volleyball, and she's also doing softball. So I was curious. I'm sure that would have overlapped quite a bit too much.
Yeah, sometimes it will. I mean, there are some times where you can play both, but it does overlap with the season, and you wouldn't play as many basketball games due to volleyball and whatnot too. But it definitely could have been a good opportunity, though. But yeah.
What was the decision making, the decider, I guess, of you deciding volleyball over basketball back whenever you made that decision to sign up for it?
Yep. So I think it was really just, I've always loved basketball more. Basketball has kind of just been my sport throughout junior high and high school, and then AAU basketball too. I really focused on basketball during the summer seasons and spring season throughout high school, with playing AAU tournaments throughout the country. And I think that's just really was the deciding factor for me, is that I loved basketball more during the time. But I think I would have liked to do volleyball too, but I've always just been known more for basketball, and I think that was just the deciding factor. So. Well,
I too think that you made the right choice, and it clearly has been a positive thing for you. What is the one thing that you didn't do here? This is the last question I got for you. What is the one thing that you didn't get to do here that you wish would have happened?
Oh gosh, that's a hard question. I think during maybe my sophomore and junior years, I think I wish I would have been a little bit more involved right away and put my foot in the door in more places right away during my sophomore year, because I think right away I was just kind of new and just fresh and learning. I think that would have been the one thing, is just to be more involved in everything. I think that's my advice for everyone coming into DSU, every new students, is try to get involved, like go out and go places, and don't just stay in your dorm rooms or anything like that. I think that would have been the one thing. But other than that,
it looks like you made up for lost time in that. So
yes. So it's been great. Yeah.
Well, folks, I want to thank you again for tuning into the Behind the Jersey segments. We've had a lot of fun talking to young people and athletes. Samantha Oase has been a great guest on the show today, and we're grateful for all of the viewership we've gotten. We're seeing sometimes as many as 5,000 people who are watching these. We hope for young student athletes throughout the country who are thinking about where they might want to attend, that they'll give Dickinson State University a look. It certainly will benefit them somewhere down the road, I would think.
Definitely. Yep.
Right. So, folks, thanks again for tuning in. We look forward to the next week's episodes. I understand y'all just got off a spring break, so I appreciate you coming in and taking the time to speak with us. We'll see you soon, folks. For Jacob Cheris, Samantha Oase, I'm Galen Parker saying so long. Take care.